Okay guys, before I start the video, I have a few things I want to go over. So, last video did pretty well, so, cause in 1 week, since that's I don't have a very good uploading schedule, it's cause I have to stay up late, and I can only stay up on the weekends late, cause I want to stay up so you can get, the cleanest audio you can, because, if I was doing this during the daytime, you would hear so much background noise. It's currently 1:39 a.m. right now. So, yeah. Sorry about the upload schedule, but it actually has 29 views, and for a channel like mine that has actually 40 subscribers, dope, I gained a subscriber. It's actually 39. For a channel like that, that's pretty good for a week, I gotta say. And it's got 3 likes and, 1 dislike, so yeah, whoever you are, yeah. That's just messed up. But also, so I don't know if you know about this, but there's a COPPA law or whatever, something like that, and I don't know if it's gonna affect me since I'm not making money, but I don't want to get fined for anything. I don't really know how to deal with this, so basically what I've heard is they're gonna, if you don't do what they want, or you mess up, you get one mistake wrong, they're gonna fine you $42,000. So, you'll get fined that if you are making kids content. So, this video is gonna have some swearing in it because I don't want it to be kid content. So yeah, fuck, shit, bitch, yeah, okay, let's get started. So yeah, welcome back to another video. But before we get started, let me just say, if you are new, please subscribe to the channel. Also, like the video. Now that I am done with that, let's get started. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how my brother broke my foot a couple of years ago. It's a weird story because my brother is 4.5 years younger than me, so he's probably around 6 at the time, and he still broke my foot, which is pretty weird. What makes this story really tragic was that I broke my foot right at the beginning of the summer, so I had a terrible summer. It was pretty messed up. School just got out and I had broken my foot, or my brother had. So for 1 week, every year, where around I live, there's a fair in the next town over, and there's I don't know if you know what demolition derby is, but I'm so sorry, I'm saying so much, I don't know why. So they have it, I just did it again. So they have a demolition derby at the fair, and I don't know if you know what that is, but it's basically where we drive around really shitty cars, rust buckets, and then crash it into each other. I don't know what else could explain America better. If we're not giving monkeys AK-47s, we're crashing into each other with rusty buckets of steel in an enclosed little area while people watch for fun with just popcorn and stuff, but whatever. So, my mom, my dad, my brother, and I went to see one of these derbies, because who doesn't go and see these? And likely expected, it was dope as hell, I mean. And you got to see a bunch of cars crash into each other. So, I was probably 10, and my brother was 6 at the time, so you could probably have given us a box and we would have just been as interested, but that's not the point. So, me and my brother were all hype after the show, which probably ended around 11, maybe 11:30, and we have a 45-minute ride just back to our house. And you'd think that we would have calmed down in the car, but I think it just made it worse because we were strapped down. So when we got home, my brother and I were bouncing off the walls. So the first thing we do is take off in a dead sprint towards our toys. And I don't know, what your guys' childhoods, what you guys had for toys in your guys' childhoods. But we had these foam building bricks or blocks, and they were in a plastic bag, a zip-up one, a huge one. So we get those out and we dump them right out of the bag in the middle of my living room. And I don't know why, but I had the great idea to just start jumping over them and me and my brother thought this was the shit. Like, we were just going crazy over this. So we did it like a bunch of times, and it was literally probably only standing like 2 feet off the ground, so it wasn't really that hard to jump over it. But my mom kept telling us to go to bed because it was probably around maybe like 12:30 and way past our bedtimes, but we ignored her. Me and my brother felt invincible because we just kept jumping over the blocks without a problem. But yeah, we just kept doing it and we didn't really even care at all. Then my brother said, "Dude, you should try to jump over me." And I agreed because in my mind I was probably thinking something along the lines of, if I can dodge a wrench, I can dodge a ball. If you don't know what that is, then you shouldn't watch my videos, okay? Like, actually. But I took off on a dead sprint and I jumped him. It was crazy. I landed on the floor behind him, and we both thought it was dope. And I said, "Let me do it again." And God, I don't know why the hell I wanted to do it again. I mean, it must have been cool, but pretty messed. It was with that, like, the after effect was pretty messed up. I should have just taken what I had gotten, but no, I had to do it again, like my win. But I was so dumb at the time, so yeah. I take off on a dead sprint, and I'm about to leap over my brother again, and guess what this fool did? Since he's laying on the ground, like, I'm not gonna jump over him. Like, he's laying on the ground and I'm trying to jump over him. But he sticks his foot right up in the air, like right at the last second, and mine and his foot collide right at the same time. And the amount of pain that I felt, it's like indescribable. It was just messed up. Like, it was a terrible feeling. So me and my brother, we start crying, and my dad asked us what happened. We told him the entire thing, and he said what my dad told me, which is pretty messed up, but I guess I can see how it's funny. He said we were both crying in unison at the exact same time, and it was just really messed up. He said it was kind of weird, actually. So me and my brother are there crying, and after a little while he stops, and my dad told me to just stand on it and see if it feels better. So I stand up and I step down on it, and I swear to God, I felt it pop again. Like, I think I actually broke it, like, even worse when I stepped down on it. It was terrible. So I step on it, and like, it's obviously broken, and I just crumble to the floor, and I start crying even more. And what was really strange to my dad was he asked me if I want to go to the hospital, because he was just wondering if it was like that bad. And I don't usually like going to I don't like going to the doctor's office, the hospital, the dentist. I don't like going to any of those type of things, because I don't know, I just don't like the doctors. And when he asked me if I wanted to go to the hospital, I said yeah, which that's what made him think something was actually wrong. So here we are, like, I don't know what time I said, I think like 1:30 maybe, 12:30, I can't remember. It was around those lines of like the time. But it's like 12:30 at night, and me and my brother and my mom and my dad have to go to the hospital. So they're mad at me kind of because, like, they have to drive out to the hospital, and the nearest hospital is out where the fair was, so it's another 45-minute drive out there. So when we get there, my dad has to carry me inside because, like, there's no way I could walk on it. It was just terrible. So when I get in there, we had to sit in, like, the lobby, and it took forever. They had to take x-rays, and then they told me that my foot was broken, which I had already figured. So, like, 2 weeks pass, and I don't have any crutches at all. Actually, no, it was probably more than 2 weeks, actually. It was probably, like, 3 weeks. Like, they didn't give me my crutches for a while. I had to literally hop around on one foot. It was super annoying. At least it felt like 3 weeks. I have no clue. It could have been only, like, 1 week. It felt like it was forever for me. Because I could not walk on it, and I had to hop around on it. But when I got my crutches, it was pretty dope, because my mom took me out, and, like, right after I got my crutches, I would just use them, like, well, I mean, of course I'd use them. I had to use them. But, like, I would send it with them. Like, I don't know if you've ever used crutches, but you can go fast if you try. It's just going downstairs. It's kind of hard to do. But yeah, I got the crutches, went around a little bit. I ended up slipping and falling on a hardwood floor because of it, because the crutch slipped out from underneath me and I smashed my head off the ground. So yeah, the crutches were a little bit of a downside because I would always get hurt with them. And probably about like 2 weeks before I could get my cast off. No, I didn't even have a cast. I had one of those air pressure casts, and like I would just walk on it anyways because my foot was already healed, but they wanted it to heal just a little bit more in the right position, or else they would have to break my foot again so it would heal in the right position. But I would just walk around on it, and I was told that I would have to get a bunch of shots if I kept doing that, so I ended up stopping and just waiting. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this story. Sorry if it's a little short. I don't really know how long this is gonna be, but if you like this video and I get 5 weeks by next weekend, I will tell about the second time that I broke my foot, which it wasn't anyone in my family, it was actually some kid at school. So yeah, I'll tell you about that story if I get 5 likes within this week. So yeah, I'll just tell about that story. And tell me if you liked this story time. Again, sorry if it's a little short. And if you've made it this far into the video, make sure to comment, I like shoelaces again. I don't know if you saw the last video, but that was in the very end. So yeah, see you next time, I guess. Bye.